Alright, what are we doing here? Get the Dremel. Yeah, that's the right thing. Okay, so I'm looking for the edging. Question is, well, actually looks pretty close. So if I take that off there, maybe. Yeah, okay. This point is going to have to be glued. So there. Then the tank there somewhere. Where's that bit? Alright. Well, we can use one weighty hubcap to keep it down. Okay. So a little bit of glue. Just tight it on. Oops. That's impressive. Oh, actually I didn't want to do this yet. I wanted to paint this black. Alright. What have I got? That'll work. Just take that off. A moment. Yeah, it's a little bit wasteful, but whatever. Alright, I'll go and see if I can find some black paint. Alright, take 2. Or 3, or 4, or whatever we're up to. I've actually made this a little bit, I cut it off a bit narrow, but that's okay, because it's only an idea of what it looks like at the moment. better. Looks okay. That looks nearly okay. Yeah. Something hold that one down. Yeah, probably the glue. All right. We'll see how that looks. At some stage, I'll obviously take it up and put it on the car. Probably not. All right. So we can have a quick look. So I've got, it's a bit harder to see, but I've actually recessed in there now, all the way up. So hopefully you can sort of see it. Not really, but I'm hoping that that's the right sort of dimensions for the bonnet. So I just wanted it black so it sort of approximates, you know, so you can see it. Anyway, we'll go and fit it a little bit later on today probably, just to see how it looks. Somewhere, oh there it is. Alright, do I paint it yellow? Yeah, I think I will. Still fiddling with the template for the radiator. I went to the community shed the other day, Friday, just a couple of days ago, and some of the lads had made up this for me, which was most amusing. They were just being funny. But the best bit about this is if he's got the SCAT logo sorted out, we can actually put that into a piece of hardwood as a negative when we sort out the actual size and use that to beat out the SCAT badge, which from my understanding should be completely in brass, no enamel on it, just a relief. So maybe we can use that. Obviously you have to flip it, reverse it, but that's something we might try doing before we actually get the radiator manufactured. So that's going to go up in the on the wall of the shed where the SCAT is. So we're just sort of trying to. That's going to need a little bit of fiddling. I've done a bit short, but it doesn't matter. Now, I saw verniers is here. The next step. Okay. Is to see that's there. Oh, that's spot on across there. That's flat, but this corner is not quite rounded enough on the bottom to fit into the chassis without it lifting. So if I can get that right, this side seems to be okay, this side's not. So I guess we're getting close. Mouse sander, I saw it, there it is. Yep. Okay. Bring you to have a look at it, because I think the more I look at it, if you're looking down there, I don't think it's the front of it that's the problem. I think there's actually a lip at the bottom. Can that? There, just here. I think there's a lip. Not particularly pronounced, but I think it's there, and it's probably that bit that's catching on the chassis, on the curve of the chassis at the front. This is not quite thick enough. In fact, it's nowhere near thick enough, but we've got the rebate. The only other alternative is to slice, obviously, in the middle and thicken it, or I can give it to the people who are making the radiator and say this is the profile from the front, and it needs to be a little bit deeper.